The Dallas Cowboys are bringing home a future Hall of Famer, but not for the reasons that you may be hoping. Stephen Jones revealed some very key information about the Dallas Cowboys draft strategy. And man, y'all just cannot be satisfied, man. I got a bone to pick with some of you Cowboys fans. All of that and more in today's show. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 40K now. And let's get right into it. All right, you see here, Ian Rappaport is reporting, according to his sources, Cowboys legendary left tackle Tyron Smith is set to sign a one-day contract and retire as one of the organization's all-time greats. A five-time All-Pro and eight-time Pro Bowler, Smith played 13 stellar seasons in Dallas before his final season with the Jets. And quite frankly, this is something that was a long time coming, man. I hate to see our Dallas Cowboys legends kind of sully their career by going and putting on another jersey. Dez Bryant, to me, did something similar than this, kind of going to the Saints and then the Ravens. And it's like, bro, you didn't even end up playing a full season there. You should have just stayed with the Cowboys and remained a Dallas Cowboy lifer, or just retired when the Cowboys told you, hey, man, we don't think you got anything left. You should have went ahead and trusted what all them doctors were saying, bro, and just retired Cowboys legend. Selfishly, as a Dallas Cowboys fan, I could completely understand why these dudes individually would want to go out and extend their career if they feel like they can continue to contribute to a winning effort. But it is good to see that the Cowboys are kind of righting some wrongs here in the sense of they're not going to allow Tyron Smith just to flat out retire from the league. I think we all expected him to come back to Dallas and sign this one-day contract with the Cowboys, which is what he signed. Sign a one-day contract and retire as a Dallas Cowboy. So to Tyron Smith, thank you for your service, sir. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for all the time protecting both of our quarterbacks, blindside Dak Prescott and Tony Romo. And hopefully you have a fruitful and peaceful retirement, Tyron Smith. So much love to you, brother. Now, the other piece of news I want to get into today, and the more interesting piece of news, interesting in the sense of we didn't see this one coming, Cowboys executive vice president, according to John Machota, Stephen Jones on 105.3 The Fan on next week's NFL draft. Quote, I don't necessarily see us moving up based on the way the board is coming together, but I could see a situation where we move down. Dallas has the 12th overall pick. Everyone has been talking about how is Dallas going to recoup a fourth rounder or maybe even get a third rounder so that way they could double dip in one of these rounds in a draft that quite frankly is thin at the tippity top but very, very meaty, pause, in the middle of the pack here. But there are a lot of starting quality NFL guys coming out of this draft, and if the Cowboys are going to move back and they don't see themselves moving up, which means they don't see themselves getting rid of draft capital to do so. So my guy John, sorry to tell you, Travis Hunter ain't going to be in Dallas. Anybody that may have been hoping that we get an Ashton Genty, he's not going to be in Dallas. Abdul Carter, even if he slides a little bit, not going to be in Dallas. Everybody can kind of wrap that one up. But what we do know now is the Cowboys are going to be open for business as it pertains to moving down. What happens if Matthew Golden and Teteroy McMillan come off the board? Does my trade with the Denver Broncos then come back into play? Do you then say, hey, I'm the Cowboys, Broncos, give me Courtland Sutton, give me your pick swap, give me a fourth rounder, I'll move back to that 20th spot. I got my receiver by Courtland Sutton. Now I'm going to be able to draft someone else, pretty much whoever else I want at that 20th overall spot, whether it be a running back or a Emeka Egbuka or whatever it may be, and now your receiver room is completely fixed with just one move. So I absolutely can see a variety of different circumstances where the Dallas Cowboys trade back. Cincinnati Bengals, they're another team that's looking prime and ready to trade up right there, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the Cowboys do some business with them. So I like the thought process of being willing to trade back by not necessarily trying to plan a trade forward. I think by trading back in this particular draft, especially at 12, where 12, Omarion Hampton may be a little bit of a reach. You know, some of these guys at 12, and Emeka Egbuka may be a little bit of a reach at 12, but picking him at 20, that's excellent value. If you get an extra pick, even better, right? So some of these guys, if a Teteroy McMillan comes off the board, if an Ashton Genty comes off the board, if a Matthew Golden comes off the board somehow and they get washed out of those 3 players at pick number 12, I can absolutely see the Cowboys trying to trade back a little bit, because at that point, you're looking at a bunch of defensive guys, and the next offensive players, they're best suited to be picked in the early 20s, right? So that would be the trade back scenario, and the fact that they are even thinking about a trade back lets me know that they are definitely looking at the offensive side of the ball. Otherwise, 12 is honestly an amazing spot to be in if you're looking at the defensive side, because likely at 12, you could end up getting one of the best pass rushers in the draft, either the first or second best pass rusher in the draft. You could end up getting the best cornerback in the draft at 12. So at 12, you honestly have your pick of the litter of defensive players, and if they're willing to trade back off of that spot, that lets me know that they're more so focused on the offensive side of the ball in the first round, because otherwise 12 is honestly a damn good spot to be at, unless you're willing to move off of that, which they clearly are, right? So I thought that was very, very interesting as it pertains to the Dallas Cowboys draft strategy. And just real quick, the last thing I want to briefly touch on, man, some of you Cowboys fans, y'all got to make y'all diddly damn minds up, man. Y'all sit there and be like, we need Steven and Jerry to go make a move. They're so cheap. They're the worst GMs out there. And then players like Jalen Ramsey, which you can go and look at the numbers. Players like Jalen Ramsey become available, and then y'all start calling people wash. Oh, he costs too much. Y'all worse than Steven Jones, bruh. Why is it that you as fans, when a player comes up that can help your team, the first thing you start talking about is, oh, no, I don't want him. He costs too much. Stop worrying about the GM's job. That's not your damn job to worry about that, man. That's the whole point of having a GM, bro. How can y'all sit there and say, I want the Cowboys to go get us some help, and then some help pops up and y'all are like, not that kind of help. That help's too expensive. That help's a little bit too old. That help just got released by another team. That help has this, that, or this wrong with it. Bruh, y'all are some of the pickiest beggars I've ever seen in my life. Some of the choosiest beggars I've ever seen in my life. Can y'all just be happy for something? Damn. And Jalen Ramsey ain't happy yet, but I can already see that there's a portion of fans out there that legit would be mad about this move happening. And so that I say, cut it out. How about them Cowboys? Cut it out, man. Y'all gotta cut it out, man. Y'all doing
calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Hey! I'm still them boys.